Well, Arsenal's first bid for Declan Rice, imminent. All first proposal, call it an offer. It's imminent and it's pending submission. Fabrizio Romano is on this. He needs no further explanation. He is the #1 transfer guru in the world. Then Charles Schwartz has gone ahead to really give us his thoughts about when he believes this deal is going to come to pass. That is it. That there's supposed to be a very huge development on Declan Rice to Arsenal this Sunday. So, as Fabrizio Romano confirmed to us last Sunday that this week is going to be so much pivotal on the transfer of Declan Rice to Arsenal, even the Arsenal correspondent for goal has gone ahead to really confirm that. Nicola Pepe and Cedric Soares trying to find or secure their future from Arsenal. Arsenal willing to really let these ones go, and Arteta doesn't want even them to be part of the preseason training of Arsenal. And lastly, we are going to talk about the Arsenal player who is turning a free agent very soon after the 30th of June. That is Maitland Niles. What has he got onto his table, as very many teams have gone ahead to show interest into the ex-Arsenal and Hell End graduate. So, Rokani David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share, and let's see close to 300 likes smashed onto this video, and let's continue to subscribe. How do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing the notification bell, that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. Let's start it off with Fabrizio Romano. While on his YouTube channel this evening, he has gone ahead and really told us the following: that Arsenal will bid for Declan Rice. While I'm speaking, they are preparing the official proposal. So Arsenal are on it. The bid will arrive soon. The idea has always been to bid this week. So let's wait and see. But work in progress for Declan Rice to Arsenal. That is obviously the #1 transfer guru or transfer expert Fabrizio Romano confirmed to us that Arsenal are planning to bid this week, and Declan Rice's bid is going to arrive this week. So put your eyes onto this channel and ears. You're going to see something developing between Arsenal and West Ham. A bid is really so much expected and anticipated this week, and obviously that's Fabrizio Romano confirming to us. After that, Fabrizio told us that sources feel that the player is now 100% oriented to staying in the Premier League as priority. This is the situation. Up to the clubs now, no problem on personal terms, but waiting on this official bid coming in through. So everything between Arsenal and West Ham looks like it's okay, but the bid is what West Ham is waiting for, to see to it that they really go ahead and obviously accept the bid of Arsenal or not. Remember yesterday we got a story coming in from Jacob Steinbach telling us that Arsenal are closing on to agree a deal with West Ham on how much they're supposed to pay for Declan Rice, and he told us that Arsenal are going to pay more than £100 million for Declan Rice. They might put up £90 million up front, plus 20 or 30 million pounds of add-ons for the English international, who is really in the camp of the English or the Three Lions, preparing for their games they're going to play in the Euro qualifiers that are really going to be played in 2024. Now, on that aspect of the German sources, on that aspect of teams like Bayern Munich pulling out, Plettigol, a man, he's also another good journalist that works for Sky Sports in Germany. He's so good, and he has concrete information about transfers in Germany. He has come out and obviously told us that Bayern have now pulled out of the Declan Rice deal, and they're not planning to really make a bid. Now, this coincides with exactly what Fabrizio told us, that all other clubs out of the deal, because they've gotten to know that Declan Rice has chosen Arsenal over any other club. Now, Political has told us that Bayern has decided today not to submit an offer for Declan Rice. After all, confirmed, it was the clear trend for days, and as reported on Friday, because Rice became more and more expensive, he's on the verge of joining Arsenal. First call by Build. So that's it. So Declan Rice has made his final decision. He wants to join Arsenal. He wants to join Arsenal, and you cannot really stop him from really going where he wants to be. He really wants to join Arsenal, and Arsenal are preparing to go ahead and obviously make the first bid, as confirmed to us by Fabrizio Romano. to confirm to you that it's really great, and he's really sold onto that idea of joining Arsenal. It's obviously simple. He has gone ahead and obviously told the board of West Ham that he wants to join Arsenal, and no one is going to stop him from really reaching his ideal destination. That is Declan Rice for you. So sources in Germany have gone ahead to give up on Declan Rice, and now it's a single race. And I think Arsenal are so much blessed in the transfer window that United are really having problems, because Declan Rice and Moise Caicedo are players that Arsenal want, and they are singly chasing for those two signatures, and no one is really putting up pressure to really stop Arsenal from getting these deals out of the way. The only team that would have gone ahead to come in through and obviously stopped Arsenal on either of these players would have been Man United. But United still has problems on this takeover. They don't know which budget they are going to operate in this summer transfer window. So Arsenal is really blessed. When you are going on your high, there are things that really coming through and they are all favoringly, because in this scenario, the other team that would have gone ahead to come in through and obviously compete with Arsenal on these two deals is Chelsea. But Chelsea is technically knocked out by Arsenal because they are not in the Champions League. Declan Rice wants Champions League football. We brought you that story last year when he was speaking, I think towards the World Cup. He was conducting an interview and he said, I very much want to play in the Champions League. Moise Caicedo also wants Champions League football, and that's why Arsenal are taking forever to negotiate that deal, because they know that they have something that Chelsea doesn't have, and the would-be competitor, that is Man United, is still having problems to make up on who is going to be the next owner of Man United, to really decide on whether they are going to come up and obviously get the needful out of this team of Arsenal. So as it stands, Arsenal are really doing great, and they found themselves in a situation of really doing the rest of the job, of really negotiating this deal, and the first bid is really imminent, as Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to confirm. And Bayern Munich has pulled out from really bidding because they knew that even if they bid, it's not going to make sense. And Bayern Munich was planning to make a bid of £85 million first, but Arsenal has gone ahead to show to them that our first bid is going to be more than your first bid. Arsenal's first bid is anticipated to tally up to £90 million. So Bayern don't want to spend north of that amount of money, so that's why they've gone ahead to pull out of this deal. Now, Charles Watts, Arsenal correspondent for Goal, has confirmed to us that Arsenal journalist, he has left Goal, I think. He has left. Now he's Arsenal journalist, author of Revolution, The Rise of Arteta's Out of, formerly of Goal. All right, maybe no longer works for Goal, but he really has concrete connections with Arsenal. And he has told us that I'll be very surprised if I was sitting here next Sunday and things with Rice haven't moved on pretty dramatically. This is a deal they have been working on for us for a very long time, and I want to get done, and they want to get it done relatively quickly. That is Charles Watts, very close source to Arsenal. Now, we are having close to 6 close sources to Arsenal confirming to us that this deal is imminent, and there are going to be a very huge movement between Monday and Sunday, and expects something huge to have happened between Rice and Arsenal before Sunday. So let's wait and see what movement is going to be, but it obviously resonates with what Fabrizio is telling us of going ahead to submit in their first bid, and it's really imminent. Now, let's go to some departures that Mikel Arteta is looking at to see to it that they make him more money and obviously spend into the transfer window. Chris Whitley, formerly of Arsenal, formerly an Arsenal correspondent working for the Football London, now he's working for the Networld Pub, has confirmed to us that Pepe and Cedric are both surplus to requirements at Arsenal. Their representatives are currently trying to find them new teams ahead of the new season. Pepe, in particular, is open-minded to moving to Saudi, where a flurry of marquee names have arrived in recent weeks. And we know that Pepe fell into the picking order of Mikel Arteta. We all know that. And Bukayo Saka took over him. When you go to Cedric Soares, he's really that kind of player that has gone ahead to play for Arsenal for some time, but obviously the right back position has been taken over by Tomiyasu and Ben White. So with Arsenal looking to bring the likes of Joao Cancelo and add on more quality to what they're having, looks like Cedric Soares is left with no option apart from him leaving Arsenal. They loaned him to Fulham, and I think never had a very beautiful spell there. We don't know whether Fulham is pushing to really retain him. We'll be hearing that from the manager of Fulham, that is Marco Silva. But what we know is that Arsenal are willing to sell this pair, and they are willing to get in some good amount of money. Pepe is being valued at like £20 million, and Cedric Soares is being valued in at £5 million. So if at all they can collect £25 million from those two players, that will be something great that can really take them to the next level. And it's something highly anticipated by Arsenal, that even if Pepe fails to get a team that is going to buy him, Arsenal are willing to terminate his contract like they did for Mesut Ozil. They did the same thing with Willian, and they did the same thing with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Hector Bellerin. So Arsenal is really so much important. Arsenal is really so much keen onto the wage bill, because Pepe earns between £140,000 to £180,000 depending on when they're in the Champions League. When they're in the Champions League, he's supposed to be earning £180,000 a week. When Arsenal is out of the Champions League, he earns £140,000 a week. That is Nicola Pepe for you. And Arsenal are willing to really even terminate his contract if at all no team shows interest to buy him, as Nice, a team where he has spent his long season loan of 2022-2023, has also said no to the purchase of the former Lille player. So as it stands, it really looks tricky for Arsenal, but a decision has been taken. Nicola Pepe aren't returning at Arsenal, and Mikel Arteta doesn't even want them to join his camp when they're in the preseason, because he knows how toxic they are, and they really cause differences in his dressing room, because he's trying to really build a team that is really one and doesn't really find themselves in a position of calling for divisions into the dressing room. So after that, we go to Maitland Niles, another player who is leaving Arsenal this summer, but for his case, he's leaving as a free agent, and he was called by Mikel Arteta to say his bye-byes to the players of Arsenal. And this is what Mark Adam has to tell us about his future, that is Maitland Niles. Maitland Niles, attracting interest from clubs in UK and abroad, already has an offer from Germany and Turkey. 5 Premier League clubs have asked to be kept notified on availability. So Maitland Niles is one of those that is a versatile player. He can play as a right back, he can play as a central midfielder, sometimes in the central defense, he can play as a left back, though he has always wanted to go on to be played as a central midfielder. But every coach that has given him a chance has not seen central midfield attributes in him. They've always played him as a right back. I think, was it Arsene Wenger that gave him his debut? I saw him play as a right back for Arsenal for a very long time. Even when Arteta came in through, he never played him in the midfield. He played him as the right back. So he hates being played as a right back, and that's why he has found himself in a situation of obviously wanting and pushing out for transfers. When he was loaned in Italy, was he playing for AS Roma? He was played as a right back by Mourinho, a position that he hates. Even at Southampton, where he has spent his long season loan, he has found himself in a situation of not playing as a right back, because the likes of Lavia were really controlling that midfield, and Ward-Prowse, and couldn't find words to go ahead and really play in. But I don't know which Premier League clubs are really interested in him, but you're going to wait and see who is who into this race of Maitland Niles. But we know that an English player, when he's a free agent, he's going to be liked by very many teams because of what we call the homegrown player rule. Obviously, you get him, then you've gotten an English player. So we sign out for now. See you later, but tell me your thoughts about Arsenal's first bid for Declan Rice, imminent, as confirmed to us by Fabrizio Romano. Bayern pulling out. What do you make about it? Secondly, tell us your thoughts about Pepe and Cedric Soares. Of the two, who would you keep? Who would you sell? Or you would sell all of those two, or you terminate their contracts. And lastly, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Which Premier League teams do you think are really interested in him? Because they've told us there are 5. but they've not been named. So, bye-bye. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Rokani David remains my name. Sign out for now. See you later. Ciao, ciao.